This is Steve Ridgel, and I want to show you something that you'll see that little scab, wound, scar thing by my ear. That is where they cut out of my temple not melanoma, but whatever the skin cancer is before melanoma. Squamish, maybe? I call it Sasquatch, and everybody tells me that's not the right name. But now you're going, okay, why are you showing us that? Who cares? And that's a little creepy. Well, if you've listened to me very long or read any of my books, you know that I had a large melanoma cancer cut out of my head, and you can see the scars up there if you look closely. And I use that to illustrate how we Christians deal with sin. When melanoma will kill you, and so will sin if you don't get rid of it. The way they solve this, they cut and they cut deep, and they got every bit of it. You don't just cut at sin; you wipe it out. So if you really want to get sin out of your life, you have to do radical surgery sometimes. You may have to change jobs. You may have to quit hanging out with certain people, all those kind of things. And then we do regular preventative maintenance. That's what you do to keep sin out of your life. You focus on your positive prayer things. So I use positive things for this. I wear a hat, not a cap, a hat all the time at the ranch and anywhere else we are. And you watch for anything negative getting in your life. They are always, every time I go back, every 6 months, zap, zoop, always doing something. And then they found this. And it was a little more serious. Well, you know what? Sin's like that sometimes too. You think you're doing preventative maintenance. You think you're doing the right things. You're really watching that sin doesn't get a foothold anywhere. And then it starts creeping in. And you realize if you don't stop it right then, it may get worse and turn back into this. And so that's what this was. This was the decision to do this now so it doesn't become this later. I think that's a great lesson for sin. You start to see sin in your life, confess it to somebody, put some more boundaries out there, work at it, ask God's forgiveness, ask God to help protect you from, and you keep doing the surgeries you need to do, whether that's the people you spend time with, making sure you go to church, spending time in God's Word, working on your prayer life. So my dermatologist is real confident this got it, and it's going to be good. And I'm real thankful because I don't want this to become this. And this and that is not near as serious as sin. So I'm always even more vigilant about my sin and keeping a temptation and not losing focus and all of those things. So I don't know if that helps you, but it helps me keep my focus. Maybe it'll help you too. This is Steve Ridgel, wanting to keep all the bad stuff out and the good stuff in.